Here's our audience. And Lindsay again. All right, here we go.
All right. I bet you this morning you had the food on your plate, clothes on your back, blankets on your bed, lotions and soap on your body, and even the fuel in your car. Now, you can thank me and 3.2 other million farmers and ranchers across the country. And today I'll be educating you on the agricultural industry in America and why it matters to you. I've raised cattle all my life, just as my father and his father before him. And so this topic is pretty important to me. And today I'll provide with you a general overview of the industry, the incoming issues that are coming to the industry, and why it matters to you. I've lived this world my entire life and have some pretty important information to share with you today. The agricultural industry in the United States is one of the most diverse and highest producing in the world. This includes everything from livestock to forestries and fisheries, and crops and textiles. Cattle, corn, and dairy products are the top 3 highest producing products in the United States. That means that 13.7 million acres of corn harvested every year is equivalent to $14.5 billion on the market today. And 41.5 billion pounds of cattle harvested annually provides beef, leather, adhesives, pet food, plant food, skin products, makeup, even jet fuel. So that means nothing goes unused, just to show the efficiency of this industry. Now, this may not seem related, but one word that I hate the most all the time is millennials. Millennials this, millennials that. However, as much as I dislike that term, they're a pretty critical part to this industry. And as aging farmers begin to retire with their methods and traditional values, it is newer generations that have to take over this responsibility, and hopefully that they will do so while retaining the morals and doing it more efficiently and with higher productivity. Now, understanding the basics of the agricultural industry will help you better understand the impending concerns that are about to be upon us. Now, as Roberto Ferdinand stated in his 2014 article, the decline of small American family farms in the Washington Post is becoming more noticeable today, that farms are becoming bigger and fewer. Now, let me give you a perspective on this. Now, this line represents the number of farms in the millions. Now, to about 1.5 million, it spiked to about 7 billion at its peak prior to and after the Great Depression, but almost fell completely back to the 2 million mark prior to. And this line represents the average size of American farms. It almost doubled from its beginning standpoint in 1850. Now, both of these are a result of the rise of industrious corporate farms. And then this line here on the bottom represents the total amount of land farmed, which remain almost constant. Now, this translates to a rise in corporate farms. Now, this means companies are buying land out from under small families. This means less people are partaking in farming because the demand is so high and is rising exponentially, so must the supply. This means that the top 10% sized farms make up almost 70% of the farmland across the nation. Now, I've told you all this information about the American agriculture and where it has been and where it's going, but why should you care? To all the people that had breakfast this morning, brushed their teeth, put on makeup, got dressed, sat on the couch, drove to work, or almost anything else, you were touched by agriculture. The global population is expected to reach almost 9 billion people by the year 2050. This means that farmers across the world need to increase their production by almost 70%. Now, I share this info because I'm a strong advocate for the livestock industry. Every day I share my passion with those who know little to none, in hopes that they will become educated enough to show their support and concern, and simply just have the knowledge of the industry that impacts them so much. Now, this is my call to action for the people in this room and the people across the country. Give your support and business to the small families and farms to help bring better diversity, quality, and ethics to the marketplace and the hands of the consumers. Now, if you wish to research any of this information on your own or learn it yourself, don't forget everything that we talked about today. I gave you a general overview of the agriculture industry. I explained to you the impending concerns that are rising, and I told you why you should care about this industry so much. Now, Americans enjoy a food supply that is abundant, affordable, and among the world's safest, thanks to a large part of the efficiency and productivity of the American farm and ranch families.